so bright, shimmering lights around us. We take flight into the sky. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see. You will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. Take my hand, I'll lead you on into the stars. We'll ride away from all the wars, close the doors and disappear again. And I don't know how many times I've said that this is not the end, and we will make it out of here alive. Oh, alive. Alive. Oh, alive. Alive. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see. You will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see.
I see the lies in your eyes. We've been down this road before. I guess it's no surprise. Use me up, I won't be coming back for more. I want a love that's new. I'm wiser now, I'm stronger. Have your cake and eat it too. It's over now, it's over.
Alrighty. Apparently my mic is way too loud again today, but yeah, I'll have to deal with it until I get the music or everything set up properly. Let's kill the music. There we go. Music's been killed. Alright. As some of you have already read, hopefully, I've been in a bit of a tough spot over the last few months, and that resulted in me moving about 2 months ago, well, a month and a half ago. I moved out from where I was living, apartment with my girlfriend, and moved back home with my parents. And well, as it turned out, I got a house afterwards, moved in. Been having issues with the internet ever since then, and just got it fixed today. That means that unfortunately the studio is not really set up yet. I'm still working on some of the more important parts like soundproofing and noise reduction and shit like that, but we are back and we are playing the computer games. And what you hear in the background is, of course, Rome 2, which is being started up. And this time around, instead of going for Rome, we're going to build a Gallic Empire. I've already set it for medium, and I've already set it up. So I'm just simply checking the last few things. I'll start the campaign while we're still in it. And let's jump in. Where is it? Rome 2. There we go. So let's get in and actually start playing the game. And I do apologise, any sounds will be fixed, so please give me feedback on how the sound is and the background noises, because they are there and they are annoying. And we'll get it sorted. Hopefully I'll be back on I'll finally be on a regular streaming schedule, though I do doubt that. But I hope I will be back on a regular streaming schedule, and hopefully I'll be back to using my mic. The priority right now is getting the house set up, like furniture bought, because that's a big difference living in a house and living in a small apartment. And I am still working on getting the last few furnitures. But once the furniture and the car is fully sorted, I need to do some repairs on my car. I'll start buying into new studio equipment. So I'll replace my by now almost a 4-year-old mic with something new, with more customization features. I'll be buying a camera. I'll be going up above the screen. I'll be working more with smaller microphones. They'll be attached to clothes and stuff like that. So a lot of things will be happening, and I'll of course get back into video editing as well, but not as as I did before. But this will be the Divide et Impera mod that we'll be playing on, and I have, as I said, went with the Gauls this time around, and as always, and again, just to reiterate, I do apologize for the background noise. I'll actually add some text. Give me a moment. Set this and say apologize for the background noise. I will do that. Actually, we want to keep it. Alright, there we go.
Rivals, the Aedui, are forever seeking to thwart you. If they will not join your cause, then you must march upon Bribacte and take it by storm. You may find support from your Pictonese allies, but remember that your enemies also have support. Seek the allegiance of other Gallic tribes and crush all who oppose you. Gaul must be unified. Trade with the Greeks of Massilia will bring you wine and wealth, but maintaining contact with Mediterranean powermongers will inevitably lead to conflict. By Tutatis, they will feel the might of a united Gaul. So speak the Averni.
Alrighty, so we're already there. Alright, so we have a small settlement that will bring us some gold. We are unfortunately going to have to wait with the gold mine, but we're going to start with the quickly with an enclosed land, because my food production, while still strong, will not allow me to do anything other than that. What is my diplomacy options? I'm not at war with anyone, but they really hate me. They are the same blood. They can join your confederation. The stronger you are, and the bigger the threat from foreign, most likely they'll attempt. So the Pictons, fairly friendly with everyone. Should be able to. Confederation is out. Trade agreement is definitely an option, so let's see if we can get some money for that. Boom. Apparently we can. Extortion works really well here. Okay, the 1500 is max. Alright, now can we do a defensive pact? Defensive alliance. That's a moderate. Let's see if we can bring that up to a high. Will that lose me all my monies? No. Weigh cost benefits here. I think they are aggressive, reliable. They have no hostile intent. Let's go to, if I can get 750 and get a defensive alliance, that would be brilliant. Thank you.
This agreement is like a feast after an empty belly.
So that gives me some options. Let's have a look at what I need to. I need Limonum, which they're friendly with me, so that's okay. And I need Burigala. So Burigala should be my first. Tolosa is definitely also an option, but that will bring me down towards the Nabo and the Massalia. And Massalia is gonna fight me. Bibracht. Naminentum, why is it open? And I'll secure the northern part. Okay. What force do I have available? I got a Gallic youth. Light javelins, it appears. Yeah, these are javelins. We got some Gallic light horse, we got some veteran freemen, and we got my king. What do I have on options? I can Gallic clubman, spearman. What can I recruit? I can get some mercenary hunters, Gallic mercenary sword band. Okay. Not really much we can do at the start. We already have that. What will that give me instead of that? What will it give me? I think food is actually. Let's go for that because we're gonna need it. And then let's package train. Okay, so we need that at some point, but I don't need it now. How is this doing? Region growth, Civitate, Vaule, Rix. Okay, so overcrowding and culture is currently my biggest adversaries, which makes sense since my town is only 2 slots big. Alright. Anyway, I'm going to need that, and I am going to need a couple of these. Most likely I'll need 3 of these. Let's start recruiting, and let's hire that, because I need that. It's not going to help me much. Alright, well, Massalia is going to be a trading partner.
Will you have
can
wine,
be...
fine olives, or agreeable talk?
Bring me a lot. Oh, it's the gold. Oh fuck, yeah, I have gold, that's right, okay. It does not give me Defensive alliance as well. Yes, they will. What else? What else? What else? Military access. Yes. Okay. They'll give me whatever I want. Let's do that. Earn some money and open up our borders. Might be a mistake, but it would. The Vivishi trade agreement with those.
Listen to your...
I'm not interested. So that's the first target, the Eudai.
Come, let me hear your...
The Eudai will be weaker than me. Vivishi are not. So it's going to be the Eudai first, which will only open up settlement on the... I don't know. Right, well, we're going to send our spy up here. We'll do haste. And we're going to military, war game, stables. Yeah, that's not going to help much. Meeting hall. This not really going to give me anything, so let's start with that. It's going to be slow going to start out with, take a little while to get up and running.
What would you have? Goals love the open road.
Only one professional, one in so far.
I live to serve the people of Gaul.
I'll be good. Get another of these. I don't really need two of those. What I do need is one more of these.
Good fighters.
Right, so easy peasy. Oh, need two of those. Yeah, nice rounded. Books. Do apologise if you hear me chewing. I am eating some peanuts in the background because I don't actually have much food in the house currently, which is of course my own fault, I guess. Right, so the plan is to get a couple of baggage trains up already. Because
It's a good life.
we'll make us able to feed them a bit. Maybe just one. Yeah, that's one. No. Let's try again. Where's my wife? Yes, cunning. That's okay. I can live with that. More chiefdom. Hmm. 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 That would actually not be that bad going for a tribal confederation. But let's leave it for now. Your turn. It's something to consider for the future. Of course. Well, that means that they didn't expect me to accept that. Oh, they have a larger army than I do. We'll have to scout that out.
Travel is to be truly free.
Sabotage, poison the wells.
I have seen it done.
I'll continue to do that to them.
Honor the gods and your ancestors.
Wait another turn. The ideal situation here would of course be
We have single needs.
if I could lure them out from their settlement and take care of them in an ambush or some sort. However, I doubt that to be the case. Doubt I'll be able to do that. Do the meeting ground, I'd rather do the horse, but that's someplace else. Alright, what can we do here? Alright, what I normally go for, and I do this with most of my generals, I normally go for military logistician, because you get military conscriptor, quartermaster, which is generally good for maintaining an army on the move. Then it's either skilled tactician or camp administrator. But camp administrator has been slightly nerfed, at least it's not as powerful as it used to be. I generally tend to like skilled tactician more, with the extra damage and the fact that you can do night combat. Well, let's do military logistician first, and then quartermaster. The quartermaster gives me a little extra armor, 2.5%, which is not a lot, but it's enough to make a little bit of a difference, at least in my opinion. So here we are. Let's get growth, political, provincial capital, and minor settlement. Main chain construction cost gives me building cost. Yep. A maintenance, healer, wealth, political action cost, dignitaries. Let's work towards dignitaries. A lot of useful things or useless things that I would like to know. War declared, war declared. So basically, they have managed to piss off pretty much everyone. Which means that I can start recruiting now. Let's have a look at what we have. Gaelic Light Horse, Gaelic Hunters, already have those. Naked Spearmen, Bakado Levy Freeman. Do I have these already? No, I have them. I guess. 552. How can you melee defense? Even though you're naked. I'd rather work on my horses because having cavalry here would be a deciding factor. Again, it's one of them because they're light. Let's go with your cab. Satoru. Tori. A couple of these. Naked Spearmen. Yeah, that'll do it. Now, my recruitment may not seem to make a lot of sense. I would have loved to use more horse. Because honestly, I really do enjoy the agility that horses give you. However, going all out on horse here would have severely weakened my melee infantry. So getting a strong defensive line up first is my first priority, I believe. As you can see, they're trying to split their forces now, which is either good or bad. It means they want to keep their main guy in the province to boost up their efficiency, which is, I guess, understandable. Let's have a look. Character. Our politician. Hi, thank you. I'll W. And I'll marry you off to the because their loyalty is a little low. And you get an ambitious wife, which is really good. Wow, nice. It gives me a little bit more loyalty, which is always nice. Which is really, really good. And we secured some loyalty, which is also good. So that army is just about ready to march. Could recruit a couple more of these. Let's do that, just to bring that army up to snuff. And then we're going to rally towards Biberach. I'm going to poison those wells again, which failed, which is unfortunate. Because they have a lot of soldiers. And pushing through that isn't going to be an easy option, I will admit. Which annoys me ever so slightly. Here we go. So I have this up and running. See if we can't get some more trade going with Vivici. Still not all that interested, but let's throw some money at them. See what sticks. Alright. Let's throw a double payment at that. There we go, worth it.
I can sense that my guards smile on us, and
Since we have threatened, you're not interested in joining our confederation yet. Okay. What are we dealing with here? We're dealing with a small amount of troops. Just rapidly rising.
How can I assist you?
Military sabotage, steal provisions.
I'll just not quite what I intended.
Okay. So let's have a look at. That doesn't really give being poison wells, assassination, intelligence, silent blade, manipulation, coercion, commit arson, wreck baggage train, and then counterintelligence, manipulation, terms, poison. Alright, so let's go for spy. And silent rest. There we go. Right. Let's set a war target, which is going to be die. Let's pull our army out and go into let's use take the up key to stimulate. We're raiding that down here. Don't have the force to actually stop us, so the raiding can hopefully force them to move out. I don't really have the economy to afford a second. Maybe I do second army, but if I don't, it'll be a really stupid idea. Be a really stupid idea to start building up one if I don't have one. So what? Still building up the fourth. Well, hopefully my raiding will entice them out just a little bit. Nope. We are in their territory, aren't we? Their force is starting to no, not really. Right, so let's go for poison wells again. I can actually raise a second force, so let's Gabali. Him. Let's adopt him. You are going to Pakos. Pakos, you're going to be raised as a general in Nemeth. Where are the Pakos? Raise an army. second army with 4 of these guys, 4 of these guys, a couple of these guys, and 4 of these guys. So we're racing a second army. It's going to be 5 turns away, which is going to drain our funds completely, but it's going to be a support for what we're going to be doing. With the forces being raised by the Picts and me, I should be able to do something shortly. Unfortunately, they're still too afraid to move outside of their territory. Yeah, still not even considering it. So this time around, start working on that. Actually, let's start working towards that. Yeah, and recruit a champion. Champion first, no. Will then be sent to that army. Then we'll recruit a dignitary. Or ensure that we get set up properly. There we are, we got 2 units of that. We're recruiting to another. Let's do another sabotage. Poison the wells. Enemy's doing well right now, which is annoying me. Why can I not recruit that? Ah, it's raining. Just fortify.
Defending our position.
Nope, and then let's just continue to raid.
What you can. Warriors all.
Sorry about that. Just need to reply to Das P about the armor mod pack we are running, because Play with 6 has decided to shut down, which means that we are now without a mod pack distribution site. So we are currently working on it. Oh, they expanded the city. Even with all the harassments I've got going on there, expanding that city, which is actually okay because I want that city in as good a shape as possible, but a larger city also means that they will be able to secure so we're getting something out of it. Now that means that unit is going to keep growing, which we need to do something about. Okay, that's not a good option, so let's sabotage that by poisoning the wells. You really need to get some experience, dude. Are you starting to send troops in? No, you've just built an army of 18. You get to work. Start training these guys. The more training these guys receives, the better. This is not a successful start. I will admit this, but oh, here we go. Yes, they're launching the assault. Now this is the battle we've been waiting for. Bringing in a massive force to bring down our troops. We actually outnumber them ever so slightly with our force. They got limited cav support. They got 2 cav supports. Unfortunately, we do have the raiding stance, which doesn't help us a lot. So we're going to be losing about 5% melee defense. So we're going to have to take this fight relatively harsh. Since they are attacking, we do have some benefits when it comes to territory. So let's see what we can do. Attacking across a road. Alright. We'll try and use the hill here. We'll do staggered defensive position. Probably have to use these guys as our first line up here. Be fine here. With an interception force of light cav over on this side. Yeah. Then we'll utilize the naked spearmen over here as our secondary. Actually, that will position them here as a secondary line. With our Gaelic swordsmen over on the left to push around and flank. And then we'll use these guys to hold this position. These 4 here, right here, and these 2 right here. And then support this in there. Okay. Right, so it's not as bad as I thought, neither is it as good as I had. I need the better battle map as well. Okay, well, anyway, these guys needs to be positioned in here. This forest as our main defensive ground. Actually, let's go up into this because this is going to make a lot more sense to me. I don't think here I could turn it right. Then I want my second line of spear units formed up in the rear. There you go. You can throw some things. Where the hell did I move back here then with you? Oh, 3 bands. Okay, so let's move these guys in here. Looking for start defensive perimeter that I want. Then we are definitely moving that back and straight back because it's completely unacceptable as that is completely useless. General will be positioned over right flank. Removing these 2 guys over here. Establish that. These 2 guys will take position over here. Then move back into this to get the screen up and running. These guys will support the rear line. Boom. These 2 will support the front line. And advance. These 2 will support the flanking shots. Wow. That should do it. And these guys will, of course, that's a bit too far. That's a bit too far. My position you here. Boom. These guys in the rear to support. Should hide you all. Arrow's not hidden, should be hidden now. Can move our front line. Let's move that slightly. Which can then bring our second line up into cover. That'll hide the opposite. It means we'll have to create our 3rd line here, 2nd line here. And these guys supporting. Great. These will be engaging on the 5th. That's the 5th line of units, which is why I will have to move something differently. These guys will then move forward once the cavalry has engaged. It'll be the 6th unit to be engaging. And we'll have these guys supporting as the 7th, 8th, And of course the general has 9, and the baggage train, which is of course completely and utterly useless. Right, so let's set up. They've set up facing directly against us. We're dealing with heavy spear infantry. A lot of heavy spear infantry. Dealing with medium. So we're dealing with some armor discrepancy.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
Fortunately for us, it also means the enemy will have to fight unfavorably. Could move our cavalry down, but I would rather spring that trap later on. While their units are split up, let's actually do that. 5 forward. How much ammunition do we have? 9, okay, yeah, so definitely an option. Get them in the flank. While they are still gaining their momentum, now split off, we're going to strike at these guys with our light horse. Now they're going to spring forward out of the woods. This is the plan. This is the plan. Remember, we are actually doing exactly what, or we're changing the plan ever so slightly just to annoy them a little bit, because they're unable to respond to their forces positioned so far away. So, not to charge, not to charge. It's simply to harass. We can eliminate some heavy melee infantry off the bat. That'll be key. So they reposition quickly, relatively quickly. Or we simply harass. It's going to give once they engage their charge, it's going to be a lot. Means I'm going to be less effective. But getting this off right away, which is going to force them to move quickly and tire them out, is going to burn through them a lot faster. We're forcing them to reposition their units quicker. They're running. You're keeping up with them. That's exactly what we want. Ensuring that the unit, regardless of what they're moving in their cab unit to charge out. Very heavy.
General is dead.
Hit them in the flank. Now we pull you off because you've done your part. Which means that the enemy is severely weakened. That means we're preparing you for the general. Now that's charging up. Hopefully they'll hit the front line straight on and not bow around. They are going to bow around. Means we can annoy that general as much as we want. Means unfortunately we're going to have to curve our line ever so slightly. And absorb a charge coming straight at us. How are we doing with fresh? Don't have that many shots left. It's gonna be okay. There's a flying wedge charge bonus. We're not interested in, we're just interested in harassing the generals. So they're going to change that a little bit, which means we move to prepare to accept the charge.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Throw, come on. There we go. Harassing the general from the rear.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
All around. Charge.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
They're going to try and flank, block.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Hold. That binds them. Yes. If it bind, turn that fire. Right, move group 6 down. Do it down here. Harassment was slightly efficient. Down to secure that line. Not completely enfolding us. Charge. So we're continuing to push around. Bring forward these reinforcing troops. Forwards to block. What's happening down here is the general all alone. Charge him in the rear. He's trying to face these guys, which means in the next charge it's going to be even more effective. Eventually moving these guys off again. Another charge. So while he might regain, we are unable to. Good. That line has completely faltered, which is good.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Now we'll move group 7 out. Start the charge counter-attack. Moving these guys up as well. These guys reform your rank. Start the attack. Move up.
Our men flee the field of
Where? Middle. The middle.
This is a shameful display.
Exactly what I feared. Where's my reinforcements? Light spears, move over here. General, you're way too far out. I expected a different thing. There we go. How's that going? We're definitely not winning that battle, but we are bringing more troops. And we'll force this general to take us. Take another charge straight into him. And we'll cycle charging these. And at this point the army is down.
The battle is turning in our favor.
With completely surrounded. Start the next, start moving in to get some lines of fire on here.
Our general is under attack.
War cry! Give us the battle rhythm is not gonna do anything good for us. It's great exertion. Inspire! These guys are fire, that means our general has been completely wiped out. So let's start moving in.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Turn. And at this point, the enemy is completely and utterly broken. Reforming might be a challenge for some of the units, but doubt it. And we'll continue to harry them down because the more kills the better. That's just how it works.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Our cavalry was really effective this one, in this battle. I think some of our line units did. Oh, they did really well as well. Less than impressed with the. Oh, they're too far away, but less than impressed with our ranged units. But they're doing decent work. Flanking units did well. General has done not exceedingly well, but well enough. While we continue to harass. Where are these guys? Where are these guys? There, you're over there. You're harassed. I want these wiped out pretty much. As many units as possible in the route. Ensure that we do not have to face them in the next battle. I know it's a little bit weird, but it's time consuming, but time consuming is means I don't have to consume that much time next time. It also means extra experience for the units that I do have here. So as you can see, my heavy infantry will are completely winded, but they will engage them in the rear now. Which is a decent enough job, I guess. Those are, yeah, they're almost gone, all of them. I guess it's good enough. Alright, at this point I believe that the enemy is completely and utterly harried from the field, so quit the battle. Decisive victory. We killed almost all of them. Decidedly well fought battle, if I do say so myself. We did suffer some casualties overall, but far fewer than I had feared. 292, 492. So on the 10th of our troops fell. Or more than 3/4 of their fell. For the captives? Let's kill them. And this was what we wanted, or what I wanted. Enemy to sally forth and to desperately try and achieve what they couldn't. Which means that now we will remove the raiding trait and we will head for Biwarak. Actually, we'll take these guys out quickly. Protective stand, which will completely wipe them out. We lost 60. More than I would like, but yeah. So let's head for that and quickly start giving a Wolf's North. Let's get that and that. And some replenishment options, please. So next turn we will launch our assault on Biwarak. Which will also mean we have to recruit another dignitary, which will head over to Biwarak and get that up and running for us. So overall, quite successful in what we wanted to achieve. The raiding stands drew out the enemy troops directly from their capital, leaving it undefended, and for our main army to assault, while our second army arms up at a small settlement. And with that, we should be able to establish our first hold of a major settlement. And the tactic we employed was, or I employed, was actually decent enough. It wasn't what I had hoped. They didn't react exactly as I thought they would, but again, it's the AI. A player wouldn't have rushed at the starting position just expecting you to be there, but the AI did. Luckily, my tiered defense line worked well, absorbing the charge on the left flank while we harassed on the right with the cavalry. Right at the capital, accusing prior. Let's just do that. Get some lazy. Second defensive army is up, which means our economy is crap now. Since it's going to be a defensive army, I am pretty sure I want to start working on bureaucratic options. This guy. City governor to be the right choice, I don't know. Right, so push this army in and then give us a light battering ram and one of those and maintain siege. Oh, will you try assassination isn't going to be an option. Military sabotage. Steel provisions. Okay, didn't work. Maybe move the secondary army up to support. We're just out of reinforcement range, but that's going to be okay. But within the attack range of Biwarak. So that should do it. Move our second over to start increasing corruption. Oh, I didn't check. This actually gives me a lot of shield wall units, which is going to be helpful. Means I'll have to redistribute my or reform my armies unless they have upgradable. Retrain. Oh, so they are retrainable. Okay, sweet. So some of them will be retrained, some of them will be simply just disbanded. We are in relatively good shape at the moment, diplomacy-wise. Picts are really happy with us. Are they still not interested in the Confederation? But if they can't confederate, I'll simply conquer them all, which should be relatively useful, I guess. Ah, oh, god damn it, I forgot about diplomacy this turn. I'll have to deal with that later. Peace, 3D. You're not coming to me through strength, you're coming through me weakened and defeated because I have taken you on and I have ultimately brought you to your knees.
Gaul is mother to us all. For Gaul!
Let's not control the larger army, and let's just auto resolve this relatively quick manner.
Epona, watch over this
That
treasure.
should weaken them relatively. Let's have a look. Yeah.
Besieging
Let's hold that settlement for another turn.
warriors all.
Yeah. Does this give military training? Yes. Then manipulation. Alright. Antorous. Sweet. That should be administrator, and then the construction cost, civil administration. Should be relatively easy and well sorted out. That's a little too slow. But that's okay, be practical for now.
To battle!
And I don't really want to bother with fighting, so just hate siege battles as the attacking part. And the losses were relatively light, so let's conquer, occupy that. So we got our first field, which is going to be awesome, and we also need that sacred enclosure to get that up and running. That is awesome, which means you will also have to govern that province afterwards. That's amazing. So we're going to do that. I'm going to move these units back here next turn, and then we're going to move these units in here to secure that province for now. With that secure, we're going to turn our focus on Budigala, and I need to go to the bathroom. So while I'm away, I'll put out some music.
You got a plastic
That should do it. Sorry about that. I have to deal with that. Right, next step. Right, we should be brushed, however the fuck we want to pronounce it. We've secured that, which means we have now secured several avenues of approach, which means we'll have to body block these two areas until they can be secure. This is of more, this doesn't worry me because they won't be coming for me. What do bother me are these three areas here, which will need to be targets at some point, but not now. The Mornum is still my friend, so we'll leave them as the Pictons are my friends. And Budigala is currently the next target, though I believe Budigala might be too tough of a nut to crack. This belongs to this area down here, and with Nava already having fallen, I do not really want to move further south and get a province that is not really working for me. Budigala would be the place to secure, but so I could get half of this province secured, but I think focusing on this area here, especially since I already have a defensive pact with these guys, would be the obvious choice. However, my armies need to recover from the last battle, so I'm moving them back to resupply and rearm and retrain, and then I'm gonna head north and start wiping out these three areas here, unless they have any sort of. So you are at war with Namates, which is out there. You are at war with Atrabates. Right. So moving my army up to take these two would be relatively easy. The only problem I have is Atrabates takes them out first. But that will just mean we'll have to clear that war sooner. However, I have no intention of expanding into Germania Minor at the current climate. So getting a trade agreement up and running with these guys will be priority numero uno. It's 900, 600, so 900 should be what we can claim. Let's push that up to 12, and if they say no, that's just, I don't want me to pay, fuck them. So that was a little too high. Push that up to 900. Let's see what they say. So we got a trade agreement up and running here, which will help a little bit, which means they'll again get our gold. These guys don't really offer anything, and the estimated value is only 110, which is 3 less, but still a trade agreement and extra payment. Oh, so maybe we can push this up a bit. 900 is moderate, so let's push to 150, 1050, there we go. So 2 more trade agreements assured, which should give us economical growth for the foreseeable future. So that's pretty good. Securing trade partners in this area should secure this border. Should probably start working on non-aggression pacts as well. They are pretty friendly, so non-aggression pacts are pretty much pretty easy to get. They are aggressive, but they are reliable, so.
And let us have good wine until we can talk no more.
So where is it? Defense, non-aggression pact. There we go. So establishing that in that area is really good. These guys are aggressive but reliable. And since we have them, we have a defensive pact with those, so that's pretty good. Aggressive tribes are not to be trusted with military. Apparently Rome has secured this area now. Secured Italy and Magna Graecia. Right, next step will be the diplomacy. This guy's working hard, you will have to. I will have to get political marriage with you, which will increase that party's loyalty, which is pretty good. It will grant us some influence on that. Also mean you'll have to do a political marriage with us. Will again cement us a little further. Right, so that should be it. You will then be sent to administer Galia to increase public order there. Sweet. Alright. Relatively well done so far. Alright, that will be up next round. Alright, let's end the turn. We have -4 food, which will sort it out. So the -4 food is it's troublesome. It's going to cause a lot of problems, but I believe we can sort it out shortly. Oh, the Picts just arrived. Again, the Picts arrived way too late, so.
The goddess, our people are our strength.
Well, I guess that is not the option, so. Where is my... I sent you the wrong way, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I need you up here, actually. Fucking hell. I have a baggage train, so... And we've mostly recovered, so let's start moving again. Oh, I don't have a... military access.
There's a good pork roasting for you.
Sorry, I thought I had.
And mead, said
Thank you.
yes, the words show wisdom beyond your years. I knew your people to be honorable.
Let's send a force to assist. Let's disband these guys because I don't really merge them together and disband them. I need you guys, so it's not gonna be a good option. Okay. So that helped a lot. Organizing those feasts helped a lot. Securing our weakness, which is food right now, until we secure another settlement, which is going to be rough because we have to head for Sinabrum now.
It is time to talk like men of many things.
No, you're not getting military access through my area.
Goddess, be praised. The goddess blesses you. How can I help?
Let's do that. There we go.
I live to serve the people of Gaul.
How are you doing? Almost there. Right. Then you need to do some military counterintelligence for the moment. Oh, they have a lot of Gaelic cavalry. Oh well, I guess I can deal with that. Let's go about trying to secure this. If the Vixens want to join our confederation, that would be amazing. No.
Greetings, friend.
Oh, it's still too weak, so let's do another turn and see what happens. Take it slow.
As clouds gather, wise men look.
Now they want non-aggression pacts because they see my army standing out there waiting for them. Okay, but I'm gonna have to bypass because I want to conquer you. And conquer you I shall.
See, Father, I do not be a great man.
Ready for orders.
How can I assist you? Yes. I like even in failure, I succeed. How can I help? Messy. I have seen it done.
Ready for battle. You may as well get settled in, lads. Warriors all.
So bringing over this army right now would be overkill. Definitely, though should really use it. Say 12. They're carrying 1200. What's 2000 extra men? Now we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So they're almost 2000 men there alone. So they got about 3000. 3, 4, 5, about 5,600 men here. So that's not really what you want at this point in time. Food upgrade and big order tax rate. Unfortunately, I don't have the option of sending my troops back to reinforce or retrain, which is what I really wanted to do, but I'm going to continue just sending them forward. I'm going to have to send these troops up as well.
You are honorable, worthy, and The
I
best
will
aid is
destroy
of
you.
little comfort to a dry throat when talking results in nothing.
Let's get that grow up and running. Move these forces over.
And your ancestors
How many do we have left here? We've got 20.
of the tribe.
Raise a completely new force. And heads here to support.
Warriors, you have further orders?
Have to deal with the miners for now because then we're going to attack roughly through here.
How can I assist you?
So while we might suffer a little bit in the treasury department, we will soon take another settlement. Another upkeep of mercenary units is not something you normally, it's something that normally prevents you from doing anything. But today, yeah, let's just use them to get it over with.
Our ancestors have spoken, and they have named you as true friends.
I'm really begging for friendship right now. Two massive armies have lined up outside their borders. They know full well what's going to happen.
What would you have of me? Sabotage.
Alright, that failed. Time has come to declare war on Canuts.
Good and noble friend. What an...
Gaul is mother to us all. Let them cower before us. Ready for order.
Lay siege to the settlement.
Will escape. Thirsty? Not possible. Aidan, Kishitan! We take this settlement for the tribe.
Make this sweet and stay here. These guys could apparently not move across.
It is impossible. Honor the gods and your ancestors.
That sucks. Oh well, sometimes things work out, sometimes things don't. quickly these guys fall.
Is the toll. Ready for orders. Honor the gods and your ancestors. I'll just put that there. Succeeding is what I do best. I live to serve the people of God.
So our support units move in.
Is to be truly free.
Well, from industry buildings because I have led building. Oh no, sorry, that is definitely agricultural. But I need. It's going to be in one. Yeah. And with that, we have secured our position. Now we just need to 2 more assaults in 2 different directions and we're done. So here at this point I'm going to split my armies. Once they've refurbished, one's going to go this way, one's going to go the other way, and we're going to take this out. Or depending on what Spy will reveal next turn up here. We will have to split the army once, or we'll have to keep the armies moving together. But Hulabona is our next target. I'm still surprised that the Romans have not actually started, taken steps to secure these 2 settlements, but apparently they are fighting in the south. Do I have any more open trade routes? I can. Who's angry with me? Dedatani. Why are you angry? Gifts given treaties. Okay, so you're angry with me because I'm friends with Massalia. That's just you two. Let's see the picks. Are you ready to join our confederation? No. What about the Trumpeter? Actually more powerful than you guys. So are you?
Greetings, friend. We will
Join our
speak together.
confederation? No, because you're angry with me. Are you like the Canuts? So the treaties with Treveri. I like Treveri. Okay. Anyway, we need to sort this out, and then that's it. Okay. Keep longer range, and that one. Thank you. Defenders of the Hill. We'll need that one and that one. That should give it more damage. And then 10. Right. So now we'll head up and use our armies to vanquish our enemies. So again, organize a feast, and organize another feast in there.
For the tribe! Ready for orders. Yeah! Move out! Honor the gods and your ancestors. Is that all?
And again.
Move out!
Right, let's see what we're dealing with over here. Deep enough. We'll deal with it. Decent enough, so we're heading in.
Thirsty for battle.
Oh, our forces are actually you're too weakened to be here, so move back.
On our way.
These guys will have to attack this on their own.
My skills are yours.
Oh, and get some more. Oh, that's the wrong one, that's the one. That's the one I want, okay, fair enough. Almost coming to an end with this hour worth of streaming. It's good being back, I will say that.
The gods weep when men battle fruitlessly.
Oh, I'm joining that war because I'm done doing my own war.
As clouds gather, wise men look.
I'm not interested in you at all.
Ready for battle. Ready for orders.
I am the knife in the dark. Sabotage. Success. Of course.
Ready for orders. Thirsty for battle. For the Gauls love the open road. To us all.
Let's check this up. Boom. And see what I'm not gonna bother recruiting, not gonna bother sending them in, just gonna go.
Get moving.
Available and then
Ready for order.
down.
Do not attempt to sweeten truth
Oh.
with honey.
I'm not doing any of this. Anything of the sort, my man. I am actually assaulting you. I'm going to take your settlement.
Ready for orders.
And with that, we are done for the moment.
Warriors all.
Pigs.
There's a good pork roasting for you.
Maybe he doesn't like me overly much. So now the battle is pretty much over. There's nothing much left to do. Take over an Entum. Namnitum isn't going to be an easy task, and at that I can do that in the remainder of the time that is left. So I'm just going to leave that for the next time these guys are going to attack the settlement. Okay, so apparently they're okay, so they take that settlement because they recruited. Yeah. Well, they didn't take it, they just sacked it. Okay. Fair enough, then I guess the last deal of today is going to be wiping these bastards out and retaking that settlement. And then wiping one army completely off the surface. Using one, sending it back. Yeah, sack settlement. And you guys are way too weak to do anything, actually. It's going to have to be you. So we're going to combine again. Sending actually over these bastards.
Is there nothing else? Other gods and your warriors all.
And with that, I think I am about done. Look at diplomacy options, other than it's fighting the Pictons. Yeah. Which is going to be really bad because the Pictons are going to try and take that settlement, which I really don't want them to. But anyway, I think that's about it. We'll leave off the Gaelish campaign for now. We've had a good run in a couple of hours. We've managed to secure most of this territory. Secured three additional settlements. And established our dominance in this region. With support from Massalia, we've secured that, and we've secured a defensive agreement with the Pictons, which means we have a general strong basis of support right now. Once we take over this area, we'll control most of Galia and most of Aquitania, and then we can start working towards Narbonensis, if we feel like it, or working towards Germania Minor and Belgica. Could also end up going for Cisalpinia or down towards Terra Crucensis, or down towards Hispania and Bactia. But right now it's mostly up in the air. We can expand here and start working on that gold mine next round, which is going to help us a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much where we leave off for today. Never mind, we're just going to have to do some administration at Galalia to increase that. So we're going to get this select. Alright, so let's say that and call that the Alani YouTube campaign. Stream. Right, so we'll take this up next time. Right, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you here for the next stream, which will be tonight at 8 o'clock, where we'll be doing World of Warcraft. We'll be raiding Antorous normal. It's going to be my first raid back since I quit pretty much about a year ago. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to do the old end screen because I don't have a new one. I'm going to turn on the music. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you in the next one.